Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Why? That's a good question. Why? Um, hmm. Couple reasons. Um, therapy for me. Therapy for me. Um, you got to use the vocal cords, and the the amount of human interaction I have is pretty damn sad. Um, but what do I want to hang out with fucking pussies for, huh? It's seems to be that's what this world is full of, fucking pussies. Um, I like the good old days when men were men and I I I I will refrain from my what I wanted to say because I don't know how to make it humorous. Um, um, s- stand up is not part of my routine, and but in my talk the other day, um, there was, I think, one comment in the live chat. One comment and one comment only, uh, asking what do I suggest, and um, I chuckled because it caught me off guard. It did, and because um I mean, there's times that I do. There's times that I do, but the majority of the content that I have put out has been what I've done, why I did it, what happened, um, and I have been in a constant learning curve and an extended battle, extended war, many battles, many battles. Is probably a better way to phrase that. So um, I've said time and time and time again, and I'll say it again. I do not want you to believe me. I don't. I, I believing is what got us in the mess that we're in, and that's that's not a word I want in my vocabulary. I am willing to believe in myself, and I think that you should believe in you. Outside of that, believing is opportunity for a lot of problems. Yeah. So, wouldn't it be better to know or to have the knowledge that you do not know? That there's something that might be important to you or of interest to you that you do not know. I mean, uh, good God. And there is so much of that. There is so much of that. Uh, and I had to live a life and become an old man to see that. And I look around at the masses and wow, wow, oh man, wow. Um, I a lot of good people, a lot of good people, but so distracted, so programmed, so dumbed down, so sick, um, overworked. overstressed. They don't have mm, they, they, they don't really. I mean, is that a life? Is that a life? It's these are pretty wild times. So I don't want you to believe me. Um, I I want you to think is what I want you to do. And and what I say about cannabis and oral health is factual. And the evidence is on my website. The evidence is in my fight, and really, it's the fight that's been brought against me. The fight that's been brought against me is proof in itself, baby. Why would the highest levels of government, the Department of Justice and the bar, and deep state actors want to spend any energy on me? Hmm? You know why, and that in and of itself is proof. In and of itself is proof. So hmm, I know that what evil needs to flourish is for good men to do nothing. And we got a lot of evil flourishing and a lot of good men doing nothing. And that's the survival gene, the individual survival gene that is ruling. And so, well, basically, the vast majority and everybody that I know is pulling on that self preservation cord rather than having the courage to stand up and to unite and stand together so that we can all benefit. So, because of the self serving mentality, everyone is deprived. Everyone is deprived the opportunity for oral health with cannabis and the good overall health from having good oral health. Everyone is deprived. Um, to date, there is not one truther, patriot, podcaster that does shows that has any kind of audience will give me a platform. Here recently, Christopher gave me a platform. He's got a couple thousand subscribers, and one video got over 500 views. The other one got close to 200 views. So that's a brave man. That's a brave man. Um, and I have been looking to make my platforms grow, but they don't. They don't. Um, I mean, Telegram a couple years ago, they might have had 400 members or very close to it. Today, 211. This YouTube, I don't have 1,000 subscribers. On Rumble, I don't think I have 200 followers. Um, and and anybody that's got a platform that does the real numbers, they will not platform me because of fear. So, um, and it's not just them. It's everybody. It's all the medical professionals. Uh, I don't want to talk to any bar agents, but they're all they're all afraid. All the bar agents are afraid. But I don't want to talk with them because they're the enemy. And it's too bad that the doctors are the enemy, and the dentists are the enemy, and the health practitioners from virtually every fucking genre are the fucking enemy because their self survival gene makes them part of the oppression and suppression. It makes them a part of the energy of the mass suffering. Everyone has a mouth. Everyone deals with poor oral health. And I, I, ugh, my head is racing. Right now, I'm just babbling, stammering vocally, but in here, man, it's out of control with how are you going to say what you want to say, boy? That and all these thoughts in here. I'm never scripted. Two people here, according to the counter. Welcome. Glad you're here. Anything you want to ask me? Go ahead and put it in the live chat. Hopefully, it works for both Rumble and YouTube. It should. I know that without justice, nothing gets fixed for the American people. And when are the patriot truther podcasters going to talk about the fact that the court system in America is a bar court, an Admiralty Maritime docked on the land in a fraud, slaving the American people? Huh? The military, JAG, is required to carry a fucking bar card. Judge Advocate General is required to swear an oath to the British, to the uh, to the um, to the bar as their number one priority. The United States military judge advocate general is required to take a fucking oath to the bar. Get that through your fucking head, motherfuckers. I'll say it again. Judge Advocate General is required to carry a bar card. Now, maybe that's changed. Maybe that's changed. What the fuck is this? Fuck you. Go away. Oh, I don't have DuckDuckGo on this phone, but we'll just try Google. Um, Is Judge Advocate General required to carry a bar card? Oh, there you go. There you go. Yes, a Judge Advocate General, JAG, or any military lawyer must be a licensed attorney. Well, there's another fucking fiction for you. There is no fucking license. Get that through your fucking head. You fluoride brained MK Ultra slave Americans. Must be a licensed attorney and an active member in good standing of the bar of at least one U.S. state, territory, or District of Columbia to serve. In order to serve as a Judge Advocate General in the United States military, a JAG officer is required to swear an oath to the bar. And my study on this situation is that the number one priority for a bar member is the bar. The second highest priority to an attorney to join the bar is to the corporate policy legal system, statutes, acts, codes, rules, regulations, and ordinances. The third highest priority is to the attorney himself. And the last priority is the client. Judge Advocate General in the United States military is required to carry a fucking bar card and be in good standing with the bar. Let that sink into your fluoride-brained, MK Ultra toxified fucking meat suit. Don't believe me. Do the research yourself. It's that motherfucking simple. You take this fucking thing here. You go to a fucking browser and you ask the fucking question. Who the fuck else is going to tell you? Huh? Who? Oh. I don't like it when my voice goes up. I don't like that. I don't like fucking high talking men. I don't like men that want to sing a cappella. I don't. I don't. Maybe I misstated it. It's not that I don't like them. I do not. That irritates the fuck out of me. How about that? It irritates the fuck out of me that men want to sound like women. Probably because I'm looking for fucking men. And there's very few women that sing baritone. Now, there's some men that have a high voice, and I've heard them talk about how they wish that they didn't. And I'm telling you, to a degree, it's a choice. It is a choice because this is a fucking muscle, and you got a fucking brain. And so if you don't like burning yourself, well, you're going to stop putting your fucking hand on the hot burner, right? You're going to put welding gloves on when you're welding. So if you don't like having a high voice, why don't you drop it down a little bit? Just drop it on down a little bit. And if it's still too high for you, well, then drop it down just a little bit more. It's not that hard to do. And you get your you could bring it way on down. You can have a more masculine voice. Now, when that became apparent to me was when I was probably when I was about 6, 7 years old. My mom remarried, and it'd be family get together on the stepfather's side, and Aunt Babe, not my aunt, but everybody called her Aunt Babe. Everybody called her Aunt Babe. Everybody. She was everybody's Aunt Babe. Anyways, Babe had a son who was in the radio business, and one time sitting down for Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner or whatever the occasion was. It was probably one of those two, because that's about the only time we all ever got together. Um, and Bob's talking in his everyday Bob voice, and then somebody somehow got him to start talking in his radio broadcasting voice. And I'm telling you, it was night and day difference. Absolutely night and day. So um, when I'm listening to talks and I hear men get excited and their voice is going up, 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 up in octave, and when I've listened to some of my talks, my voice goes up, and well, it bothers me. So that's my issue. That's not your issue. That's my issue. But I have a lot of respect for manly men, and there's been a lot of manly men that have been whack-a-mole, and this is what the deep state does. The deep state will whack-a-mole a man so that others won't stand. Um, a name you might all recognize, Tina Peters, a female man. Now, is this all narrative? Is it even real? Who knows? My leaning is probably not, not, not real. It's more of a presentation, but it could be real. I don't know. Um, in either case, it serves the narrative. But if it is real, it's a fucking testament to the fact that we cannot protect our women and children. All right, we cannot protect our women and our children. So, what do I suggest? I've been puzzling on this. I've been puzzling on this. Um, and so many people don't have time. They don't have time to do the research. They don't have time to listen to the talks, listen to the 2 hour talks, the 3 hour talks um, from good information sources. And so they certainly don't have time to listen to the 1, 2, 3 hour talks that are bullshit information or primarily bullshit information. And the large part of the population does not have the discernment to know the difference. And um, and I see so many different, I don't know how to describe it, groups, classifications, categories, um, and how's a good way to explain it? So you got your flat earther crew, right? You got your flat earther crew. You got your Q crew. You got your mega crew. Um, you got your normie crew. Um, and so uh, I see people get stuck. I see people get stuck, and so maybe you know, aside from the normies, the Patriot crew, the Q crew, the Truther crew, more apt to go down rabbit holes that a normie would never go down. And then it seems like all of a sudden they know enough. They don't need to know anymore. And then they won't go down other rabbit holes that they probably should. For the knowledge, to be able to use that knowledge, because the use of the knowledge is power. And the American people are essentially powerless because you don't have transparency, you don't have accountability, you don't have peacekeepers, you don't have court of law, and the entire system is predatory. And your JAG officer is required to be a British agent. How do you like that, America? Your Judge Advocate General is required by the military. Now, in quantum grammar, in as a prefix on a word means no. So incoming would be no coming. Independent is no dependent. Intelligence is no intelligence. And that's what we have. Military, no intelligence. Military, no intelligence. And the American military has been MIA since 1871 at a bare minimum. From a timeline, from a timestamp, 1871, the American military has been MIA, has been infiltrated by the United States military industrial complex, and ruled by the British. You want proof? I just showed you how to get the proof. Don't believe me? Do it yourself. How long did it take me? How many motherfucking seconds? How much work? How much effort? How much motherfucking effort did it take to pick this fucking thing up, click here, open up the fucking screen, go to a browser, hit the microphone, and speak the question. Is JAG required to carry a bar card? Are you going to believe it when you read it? Are you going to believe it when you see it? Isn't that what you do when you want an answer to something? Go to the internet, go ask AI, go to the information source. Well, there you go, people, Americans. Your judge, advocate general is required to carry a fucking bar card, British accredited Regency. He's required to take an oath to the bar. That is an oath against the American people. That is fucking treason. And what does military intelligence do about it? What do the good American men do about it? They shower with Irish Spring because it's manly, made for a man. Oh, the women like it too, right? They got on their bearskin hoodie, made for a man, right? Oh, got my bearskin hoodie, showered with Irish Spring. Oh, I'm a man. I'm a man. Oh, check the sports page. Yeah, let's check the sports page. Let's check the sports column. Let's check Sports Center. Oh, because I'm a man. I'm a man. I washed with my Irish Spring. I got my bearskin hoodie on. I got a beer. I got Sports Center on. And maybe I'll go to my man cave now because I'm a man. I'm a man. Fucking pronoun motherfucking bullshit. These aren't men. They're a shell of a man. They're hollow. They're fucking hollow. When the men were patriotic, you'd have boys lying about their age. To do what? To join the military and go to war. And then maybe they were lacking brains, but they had fucking balls, baby. They had fucking cojones. Today, the problem with brains still exists, and it's worse because the boys want to cut their balls off. The boys want to cut their balls off. The women want to cut the young women want to cut their tits off. And judge, advocate general is required to carry a bar card. Who the fuck is going to tell you that? Huh? And this fucking talk about a license. There is no fucking department anywhere in the government that issues a license to practice law. There is no State Department. There's no Department of State that issues a license to practice law in any fucking state. There is no federal department or federal agencies that issues a license to practice law. So what do you suggest, Ethan? I suggest that you wake the motherfuck up to the simplest of fucking facts. So there's one. And how much research do you need to do, baby? How much research do you need to do? Hey, I'll take a puff off of my cigarette, maybe two, get a drink of my coffee, a moment of silence. See if that's enough time for you to check it out yourself. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I took it down. I took it down a notch, just in case my voice was a little too high, a little too irritating for some of you manly men out there. Um, yeah, I wouldn't want you to get upset and spill your beer on your bearskin hoodie and uh, mask over that Irish spring aroma. Mm, yeah. Good Lord knows we wouldn't want that. We wouldn't want that at all. No, no. So, I suppose I put my eyeballs on. It looks like I can't tell if there's anybody here. Three people here. Hallelujah. And we got a comment in the live chat. Oh my goodness, we got a lot of comments. Sea whale. This is all sea whale. And I'll read this because I don't get live chat replay. Bibli. Okay. I can't even pronounce it. And Seawell says, I need to record that statement because it's maybe means gold, GOKD. Captured one of your quotes and reposted it. Oh, Twitter. That was good info message about the bar. I reposted it. Awesome. And I linked this video on Twitter. Oh, wow. Awesome. Yeah, spread the word. Q is your father. I think I know who my father is, and he's deceased. Um, let's see, what else does Sea Whale say? The U.S. Navy kills dolphins and whales. He says, cool, man, thanks. Well, you're very welcome. And let's see, Sea Whale or Gonite or Go Night. Sea Whale or Go Night. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that anywhere near the way you do, Sea Whale, but I appreciate the interaction. You got some balls, bro. Anybody that engages with me, that's a very brave man, male or female, young or old, brave or extremely foolish, right? Brave or extremely foolish. So, I suggest that you do the research yourself. It'll take you less time than it takes me to take 3 puffs off of my cigarette to confirm for yourself that the Judge Advocate General in the United States military is required to be a British agent. The next thing you do is you comprehend the fact that there are no courts of law in America, in the former United States. The only court of law that I know of is the Superior Court of the Kalkaska County. That is the only court of law that I am aware of in America. And I gifted the land location for that court to the American people. And I invited the American people to be here while I stood in that court as prosecutor. And with postal mechanics and the judicial process, I called the Kalkaska County Sheriff, Undersheriff, Judge, Chief of Police, Court Clerk, Prosecutor, and Postmaster. And who showed up? Oh, military showed up. Military showed up. Assassin teams showed up. A couple of real men from Pennsylvania showed up, and 3 people from Kalkaska showed up, all at different times. Yeah, all at different times. So that is the only court of law on the land, to my knowledge. If there's another one, I'd like to know where it is. And will the American people use their court? Will they unite and come together and establish peacekeepers? Establish a vigilante group until a system of law can be put into place. Because that's all you need to do, Americans. It's that motherfucking simple. You think you need an attorney. You think you need a British agent. You think you need to go into a administrative, predatory, fiction slave court. No, no, no. But who is going to educate the American people? I've learned that there's a few things that a truther, a patriot podcaster, a patriot news, alt media person, there's things that they will not talk about. And there's 3 I can name right off the top. They will not talk about flag law. They refuse to talk about flag law. They refuse to talk about oral health with cannabis, and they refuse to tell you that JAG is required to be a British agent. They refuse to tell you that since 1871, the American military has been MIA, worse than MIA, infiltrated by the bar, enslaving all that put on the uniform. To do what? To war on you, motherfucker! And what are you going to do about it? What the fuck are you going to do about it? I know what I've done about it. I've done a hell of a lot. And yet I stand alone. I stand alone. Oh, what do I suggest? What do I suggest? Well, I have been asking the good people, to save a veteran. Save a veteran. get in touch with the suicide hotline. Get involved with the VFW. Whatever it takes to get yourself around these troubled veterans, maybe veterans that are maybe in therapy, right? They were ready. They're still not well. They're in therapy. Or they're ready, or they're right there. They got the gun in their mouth. They got the razor to their wrist. They got their fifth of whiskey and their bottle of pills. They got the rope. Whatever their choice, whatever their way out, whatever way out they're deciding on. Stop them. Save their lives. These are potentially some very highly trained men in the art of war. Do the good thing. Save a veteran. Collectively, I have asked repeatedly, over and over and over, I have asked, save 5 veterans and get them to Kalkaska with the supplies that they need. The supplies that they need to do the job they need to do, standing with me. And we'll go into Kalkaska and I will educate the policy officers. I've done that. And no one had the balls to tell me. And I found out like a year and a half later. What happened, Ethan? Some of you know the story. Some of you know the story. So real quick, the jail sergeant and the entire jail staff at the Kalkaska County Jail vacated. Months prior to that, and within 30 days of my visit to the Kalkaska County Sheriff's Department, the prosecutor, Michael Perot, in the middle of his 3rd term, the man who prosecuted me in a kangaroo court, the man who went on with proceedings when my attorney was not there. I was a total slave. And my attorney came up to me and said, "You don't need me." And they can't proceed in that situation, but they proceeded anyways, and it wasn't going the way they hoped. And so that fuck Michael Perot paused the court and took me out into the hallway and threatened me. And that motherfucker resigned within 30 days of my visit to the Kalkaska County Sheriff's Department. And a few months later, the jail sergeant and the entire jail staff vacated. An old fat fuckford, Kalkaska County Sheriff, had to move all the inmates. And so I have the power. I have the ability, but see, they want me dead. And then they concocted Ashgate to fucking get me. Oh, you're going to prison. Did you see what just happened there? Were you watching? Did you see how my ashes went down to the ground? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. These motherfuckers concocted that, and it got foiled. It got foiled by the great one, by the powers of the verse, the universe. The Constitutional Crusaders were here in Kalkaska, and they were filming in public, and one thing led to another, and this young policy officer was getting a little too frustrated with these men who exercising their right to record in public. And they had a few scripted lines, and they're not rookies to the situation, and it was frustrating the hell out of this motherfucker. So he decides to come at him with Ashgate. But you see, that I saw that video. I saw that video. And I was like, okay, that's a God moment. That's a God thing. That's a God thing because they had that plan to get me. They did. And that's evident with Ashgate. So, the history of the attacks, the oppression and suppression, which is extensive, extensive, and I've talked about it. I've documented the vast majority of it. We'll go back to the live chat. Let's see what else. Cool, man. Thanks. And he says, you got that right. Thank you, bro. Much love. So I don't forget to say it. Wish everybody the best for the holidays and the new year and a Merry Christmas and or a Happy Hanukkah or whatever your dealio is. I wish you the best. I wish you the love vibration. I wish you the best of health. And more than anything, I wish that the men will up their testosterone and get a spine and stand. Come together and stand. 5 veterans with me in 3 days, and I'll flip Kalkaska County because no one can face me. None of these deep state fucks can face me. Their game plan is sick the dogs on this motherfucker with whatever trickery, with whatever piracy, with whatever force they can muster. That's their game plan. So I suggest you learn flag law. Flag law is not hard to learn. What's important to learn is what constitutes a mutilated flag. Decorating it with a yellow fringe, boxing it in with a yellow fringe. That's clear mutilation. Shouldn't take you too long to research that and figure that out. That yellow fringe is not on a Title IV flag. So any flag that looks like an American flag that has that yellow fringe, that flag stands for no nation. It stands for no constitution. It is a British flag. It is a war flag. And what's on top of the flag? What's on top of the flag standard? Is it a ball? That's what you would like to see. You would like to see a ball. Is it a gold spire? Is it a bird? And if it's a bird, is it wings out? Is it wings up? Is it wings down? These all have specific meanings to jurisdiction. All of it. So what court do the American people have? Now, Rusty, Postmaster General of the world, that's something else that the Patriot, Truther, alt media won't talk about. And they won't talk about quantum grammar. And so Russell owns a Title IV flag. He owns a Title IV flag. And Russell, I've not heard Russell in any of his talks or in any of his information um, do anything to deprive the people of flying Title IV flag. Um, however, in order to use the flag and along with your stamping and your autograph and in quantum grammar contracting, um, unless you've become a postmaster in contract with Russell, you don't have the right to that. And if you do become a postmaster, my comprehension on this is that you take a neutral position. You take a neutral. You don't take a warrior's position. You take a neutral position. And I am not. My circumstances do not dictate for me to be neutral, baby. No. Uh-uh. No, 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 no. Not this boy. And I am postmaster. I am postmaster. I facilitated that through the defunct Universal Postal Union system, infiltrated by the corporate United States Postal Service. And I can't necessarily speak anymore to the post office situation outside of the fact that it's rogue. It is operating in a fiction and not in a now time now space righteous position. However, I used that system to facilitate registered mail from Kalkaska all the way to the environmental court in Kingsland, Texas. I got the register receipt. I got the 3806. I got the return card, and I got a picture of the mailer when it was received there. $0, 0 cents. Postage paid, registered mail. I contracted Sovereign through what? The authority that sets the standard for contract. Or should I say the fiction, the fiction system that includes the bar, Admiralty Maritime, right? You got your international shipping. That's going to be Admiralty Maritime, law of the sea. Russell talks about the I got to paraphrase, and so basically the annihilation of the Universal Postal Union, the disqualification might be a better word. Disqualification of the Universal Postal Union and the standing of the Global Postal Union. And to the best of my comprehension, when I facilitated postage paid registered mail from Kalkaska, Michigan, all the way to Kingsland, Texas, through distribution center after distribution center after distribution center, passed every clearance, every fucking stop, and got delivered to Thomas D. Murphy at the Environmental Court. If that was the defunct Universal Postal Union infiltrated by the corporate United States Postal Service, it's still the only postal system that's there. And if it's now the global postal union, um, um, uh, operation. If it's now the global postal union operation, well, then my contract happened there uh, with the fraudulent United States Postal Service facilitating the contract. So in the corporate fiction world, I contracted Sovereign, didn't I? In their fiction Babylonian world, the ones that are warring on us, I contracted Sovereign. And essentially, I did it to the best of my comprehension through the global postal union. That is infiltrated and occupied by the enemy. So in either case, the way I look at it is I'm good. I'm good. I've contracted Sovereign. I know who I am. I know where I stand. I know what my jurisdiction is. I know what my authority is. And along the way, I put my big boy shoes on, and I, using postal mechanics in a judicial process, took the position of executive emergency manager for Michigan. And I put 3 garrison commanders at Camp Grayling in the high court. So when are the American people going to start to get a grip? Everybody seems to want to know what's going on. They want to know why shit doesn't make any sense. They want to know why there's no justice. They want to know why they're living in fear. Comprehend, America, the only court you have is on Cool Road in Kalkaska, Michigan. If there's another court, if there's another land location, if there's another GPS coordinate for a court of law in America that you know of, well, why don't you tell somebody? Why don't you tell somebody? Now, my thinking through this whole journey has been critical and evolving, critical and evolving, critical and evolving. And well, it became clear I had the military's attention a couple years after Camp Grayling received the court paperwork. The court paperwork. And keep in mind, every Babylonian state constitution read one of 2 ways. The military shall be in strict subordination to the civil authority, or the military shall be strictly subordinate to the civil authority. In strict subordination or strictly subordinate. Very simple, easy to comprehend. Those were the 2 phrases used in virtually every state constitution. When has the rogue military had a civil authority to be responsive to? I'm asking you. The first time I know of is after the United States, the former United States of America, the corporate structure had its third and final bankruptcy in 1999, and they let the flag go. Rusty captured the flag. Rusty and David Wynn Miller. And David Wynn Miller's no longer in the picture. David Wynn Miller's dead. David Wynn Miller was a bad guy. Yada yada yada. Okay, that's part of the story. But the fact is that Russell is the one that owns the flag. He who owns the flag sets the rules. And Russell has done a lot. And in 2003, if I got my dates right, 2003, the Navy entered into contract with Rusty for the use of the Title IV flag. So comprehending flag law. I guess, okay, wow, connection. This should have been obvious to me. There is another court of law, but it's not for you. It's the Supreme Court, I think, second floor. Supreme Court, second floor. If I got my facts straight, that's where Rusty conducted the largest court-martialing in history of America. So that is a court of law. I suppose, in a way, essentially, that is a people's court, but it's technically it's a quantum grammar court, and the only one that has the credentialing, the position, the authority to do what was done there was Rusty. So there, I stand corrected. I corrected myself. But that isn't really helping you, is it, with a court of law? And so if you decide to go, if you decide to do the study, lastflagstanding.com, piercingdynasty.com, warcastles.com. Start to comprehend quantum grammar and correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar, performance. Start to learn these things. Then maybe you'll decide that you want to become a postmaster in contract with Russell. Quantum banking is now open. And as Russell had said years ago, the postmasters would be the ones to have first access to it. And that's the way that it's happening, as far as I can see from what I read on the Postmasters Basics channel. Quantum Bank is open, and it's open to the postmasters that are in contract with Russell. Now, here I am. I'm a postmaster. I'm an American. I'm a highly targeted individual. And my contract was through the Postal Union, whether it was Universal Postal Union or Global Postal Union, or some kind of cadre of all of it. I did it. So, but I don't have access to quantum grammar teaching. I don't have access to quantum grammar banking. And since I'm already a postmaster and I did it myself, why would I pay money to contract with Russell when he has not a court for justice for the postmasters? I ask you, why would I do it? So I haven't. Um, and so I study the quantum grammar the best that I can. And from what is made available, and not from the charlatans, from material that Rusty puts out or is on his platforms. And he may not personally put everything out, but if it's on his platform, someone that is assigned a task is, I'm confident, is, or it would be corrected, it would get taken down. You would think logically. So to date, I haven't seen anything to discredit anything Rusty has said or done. Attacks, yes, but that's not um, that's not disproving. There's a big difference between a fucking attack and and a credible attack. So yeah, the American people are the ones who put on the military uniform, and and you sign up for that shit, and nobody goes and captures the British agent in the United States military. So, anyways, in 2003, the Navy entered into contract with Russell for the use of the Title IV flag. They knew they were caught with their pants down. And they couldn't move their ships legally or lawfully. And then, Jesus, was it this year or last year? It might have been. I think it was last year. And it was last year when Russell gave authorizations to the Navy, and he did it through a YouTube video. So I was able to study the structure of the title. Um, and there might have been a part two, but through somewhere I learned the proper punch quantum grammar punctuation. So it might be colon space, part, all caps, hyphen, tilde, one, comma, space, and then whatever he had in his title was his title. My title was different. But I did my best from all my study to make it quantum grammar correct. Quantum grammar correct. Now this is copyrighted and possibly patented technology that I don't have authorization to use. I don't have authorization to use, but I have a responsibility to learn it. Do have a responsibility to learn it, and what I comprehend is that as long as I'm not using it in contract, then I'm not putting myself at risk for copyright infringement or patent infringement or unlawful activity. So you see, I mean, for everything that I've done, I've had to take major learning curves, then I've had to make major decisions, and all without counsel. All without counsel. And all my paperwork, no review, not even for punctuation or grammar, let alone anything else. I'm a man alone. I've been a man alone, standing alone for a damn long time. And so let's see. I got off track. I got off on some tangent. Let's try and get back to where I was when I split off. Court. Where is your court, America? Where is your court? It's on Cool Road in Kalkaska. So bring the jury. Bring the jury. Stand as prosecutor because your state constitutions, your Babylonian state constitutions, your forefathers told you that you have the right to prosecute your own cause in any court, in any tribunal. Now, Babylonian as it may be, it's very clear. It's very, very clear. Your forefathers told you to overthrow a government if need be, reform it or overthrow it. And they told you this, and they gave us the lawful right to bear arms. Why? To defend against a tyrannical government. We got more guns in this fucking country, but no fucking brains and no balls. Guns without brains and without balls. Your fucking forefathers had brains and balls and not enough fucking guns. You got more than enough fucking guns. You ain't got the fucking brains or the fucking balls collectively as Americans to do a damn thing about it. So, knowledge is power if you use it. So comprehend your fucking jurisdiction. It is not British. It is not administrative. You are not to be administrated. And there's no need for you to learn the administrative process or how to talk to that fucking British agent. You need hemp rope. You need vigilantes. You need men of action. You need peacekeepers. You need law and order. Oh, Lord. I'm going to check the chat again. How long I've been talking? Oh, there's nothing in the chat. 2 people here. Hour and 19 minutes. I think I'm getting close to wrapping this up. So isn't that simple, people? I mean, a kindergartner, a first grader for sure should be able to. That is, well, he hasn't had teeth that long. Hopefully his brain hasn't been too fluorided. It hasn't been too fucking programmed. He can comprehend the fact that this is not Britain. This is not Britain. And the ones that you depend on to protect and defend you and your nation, all your brothers and sisters, their fucking law, their military law is British. Let that sink into your head, baby. And does it piss you the fuck off? Probably not. There's another piece of information like Tartaria, right? Just another piece of information, like going off of the gold standard. Eh, just roll with the information. Don't get fucking pissed off. No, don't get fucking pissed off. Don't fucking grow a pair of balls. Don't start connecting those fucking electrical circuits in your brain and say, I ain't gonna fucking take it anymore. I'm confident that there's more good people than there is fucking bad people. Well, I'm very disappointed about fucking balls and courage and brains. That's what I'm really concerned about. So I try to give it the kiss. Keep it stupidly simple. Not keep it simple, Sam. Not keep it simple, stupid. Keep it stupidly simple. Why? Because if the stupid can comprehend it, then us dumb down, we can own it. I hope every one of you goes to your browser and fact check me because I don't want you to believe me. I want you to believe in yourself. Go to your browser and ask the information guru if JAG is required to carry a bar card. Then comprehend what a bar card is. Comprehend that there is no Department of State. There is no State Department. There is no fucking federal agency. There is no federal department that issues a license to practice law. A bar card is a private member association card, like a Walmart card. It has no authority, no standing, no jurisdiction. The whole fucking thing is a fraud. It's all predatory. And we pay the price because we're too fucking dumbed down. So that's why I try to make the message stupidly simple. All right. I'll be back. I will be back. I love you. I'm going to keep fighting for you. And I'm going to keep on thinking about how I can talk.